Gymnasium, and we mean back. I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder and Jamie Poorman, and it's Farmington High School basketball as the undefeated Farmington Tigers, 8-0 and atop the Class M standings, entertain the undefeated St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, 7-0 and one of two undefeated clubs in Class I. It's Spirit Night here at Farmington High School, Mo, and you can certainly see the spirit. You cannot really find another seat in this place, and there are still people out in the corridors. One of the largest crowds, certainly, to come into this gym. They've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. It was postponed twice, once due to the snowstorm on January 7th. That was when it was originally scheduled to be played, and also it was going to be played the next week, but also had to be postponed because of exam week at St. Thomas. And looks like everybody's here. This is a classic matchup. We haven't had one like this in a long time, and it certainly ought to be a good one.
Right, Pete. Approximately 5:30, half hour before the JV contest started, the bleachers and most of the stage was full. Some more people have been coming in, obviously. Right now, they found a little place to squeeze in here and there. Some people now are standing up in the corners. There's still another 100 people around the concession stand trying to get in here. There must be at least 200 people on the stage, roughly counting the ones sitting on the edge. I don't know if the officials will let the kids sit right under the basket. They may move them. Unfortunately, I don't know where they're going to move them to. But getting back to the playing of the game, the Saints from St. Thomas and Dover and the Tigers from right here in Farmington, defense is the name of their game. The team that plays the most aggressive, hard-nosed, from the beginning to the end defense is going to come away with this win. Yes, there's some scorers on both teams. There's Quinn and Baker, and there are other players from St. Thomas, and then you have Mike Sargent and a host of other scorers for Farmington. But defense is the name of the game tonight, and both teams play solid defense.
Well, Dan Parr, the head coach of the Saints for the 10th year, his 33rd year coaching overall, told me that this year, that's actually been one of the problem areas for the Saints, that they haven't been playing as good a defense as they have in the past. They've been outscoring a lot of people. And basically, both these clubs like to do the same thing, establish a running game. So he feels that Farmington will press more than he has. He hasn't had success pressing this year. First 7 games, of course, with postponements and everything, probably, even though you got 3 veteran starters in Jamie Baker, the senior 6'1 guard, Mike O'Keefe, junior 6'2 forward, and Pat Quinn, who's the complement to Baker, 6'2 senior. They can score, and the reason, obviously, Baker is averaging 21 plus points a game, O'Keefe and Quinn 15. Baker came off the last game, which was a win, the 7th win over Sauhegan, 72-60, with 33 points. He's improved his game defensively this year. Danny says Quinn has not played as well as he can play, and they're really looking for a lot of other players to step up. O'Keefe and Pat Mulvey, Derek Downs, the other starters have done a good job on the boards, but there's sort of basic inconsistencies. St. Thomas hasn't played well for 4 quarters, and that's something that Dan might not be used to, but obviously there's a lot of time left, and still they can outscore a lot of people, and that's why they're 7-0.
Right. One other thing to say, Pete, obviously both teams undefeated coming in. Big game. Has been a rivalry in the last 3 or 4 years. We know that Class I, St. Thomas, and Class M, Farmington, really isn't going to make the leverage of the difference of play. The difference of play would be the team that does the better job defensively. But there's no way, thinking back in high school years, when you have a competition against a rivalry, you get up for it. You should play over and above. You should do everything that you always wanted to do on the court that game.
Now, that's what we probably should see here tonight. Defensively, for St. Thomas, they don't have a defender that they could put on, say, Mike Sargent, and just like they had Matt Dowd last year and just clamp on him. But obviously, as Dan Parr said, he, with Eppings coming to Class M next year, and I said, well, you want to wind up playing continuing to play Farmington. I think they both want to play Mike Lee and Dan Parr. And when you look at a crowd like this is what it's all about here, and it's being played on a Saturday night. Any Friday night up in Farmington, a Saturday night, you're going to get this type of crowd. It's Spirit Night, and we're in for a good one between two undefeated teams. The Farmington High Tigers hosting the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, and we'll be back with the start of this one right after this. Ebert will toss the ball up. The other official was Barry Drew of Elliott. Throw by St. Thomas, and on the pass it went off Farmington.
It was a good defense, even though it was used as a violation by kicking the ball, because it presented an early 2-on-1 for St. Thomas right off the tip.
There's Patrick Quinn over on the left side, number 14, out to Pat Mulvey. There's Jamie Baker, averaging 21-plus points a game. Baker will take the jumper, way off, and it was an air ball.
Well, we had pressure by the Farmington player that made Baker throw a line drive about 3 feet short and right out of bounds.
Lee, number 23, now with the ball. He'll take the shot from outside, won't go. Rebound weak side, Bo Mulvey. Stolen by Mike Sargent. Sargent going up with the left hand, good on the steal.
Well, Pete, Mike Sargent has no match out here defensively. He may have a big game of his life.
Here comes Baker, penetrating, gets it off to number 13, O'Keefe. Didn't work out, and here comes Farmington. 26 points for Sargent the last game against Pittsfield as Reynolds strikes for two. 4-0 early for the Tigers. 6:57 left in the first quarter. As Baker, he'll stop and take the shot. It was deflected, blocked by Josh Lee, I believe.
That's right, Josh got a piece of the ball.
Now Quinn grabs the pass down court and steals it for St. Thomas. Now coming back up as the shot off the break doesn't go. Turn around, good by Derek Downs. And you said Derek Downs lives close to the Farmington gym, Mo.
He has a lot of friends on the Farmington team.
Now he either lives in Farmington or Middleton, you say?
He lives in an area up here, I believe.
4 of the top 6 players for St. Thomas live in Rye, including Baker and Quinn. Now there's a foul.
Foul's on 15. St. Thomas.
There's Pat Mulvey, a 6'2 junior.
Right, our first foul of the game.
Coming inside and taken away, and that was Baker. Now gets it to O'Keefe. On the floor, the shot going up off the back of the iron by O'Keefe. It was Downs who brought it up. Rebounded by Farmington. Has Sargent, he'll go for 3. Doesn't go. Place right there, weak side, blocked. Inside by Downs, taken away by Quinn. Now they lose the ball. Just got away from Quinn. Here comes Reynolds coming in. Doesn't go off the glass. A little bit too strong. Going right side. Doesn't go. Sargent, and he's fouled over the back by Downs.
Well, St. Thomas had a fast break, 3-on-2, but Farmington had one of their key big men back, which is Mike Sargent, who ripped down the rebound and was fouled by Downs rebounding. Just a possession foul, second foul on team St. Thomas. Farmington has not committed a foul as of yet.
Sean Lover, number 11. It's Lover, Reynolds, TJ plays Sargent in the lane, and Lee out there. Now, nice save by Place as he knocked it off the leg of Mulvey.
The Place had beautiful inside position. St. Thomas failed to box him out. He got the ball close to the end line and threw it right off the leg of the St. Thomas player.
Now down low for the hook shot by Place, wouldn't go. Now on the run, and the follow-up doesn't go by St. Thomas. And in a mess, there are 3 players, and one of them is going to be called for the foul as Mulvey tried to squeeze a rebound shot up.
I think we have a foul on TJ Place.
As we're going to see these two clubs again, but I'll tell you, this has been a much anticipated meeting. It's all people have been talking about for before the snowstorm and for the last 2 weeks.
Well, you got undefeated teams playing, you got a heavy rivalry, and you have history that made all the games of the past pretty darn close, pretty intense, and you have stars on both teams.
That you do. 2 foul shots missed by Mulvey, and the rebound goes to Farmington.
And that brings up a saying I've always had. You miss foul shots in the first quarter, you can't get those points back in the fourth quarter sometimes.
Yeah, right. Mike Sargent drains 3. 7-2 early for Farmington. 4:37 to go first quarter. I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder and Jamie Pullman here at a packed Farmington High School. And we mean packed. Jumper from the left baseline by O'Keefe. Now some pressure. Tigers beat it to place. Down low. Won't go. Farmington. That was Sargent tipping it up and too strong up over the backboard, and it's going to go to St. Thomas.
He was there for the follow-up, but he just tipped it so hard, it went up and over and hit the black supports.
There's Quinn out on the right side. Now he goes back, and the shot is good by O'Keefe.
4 points for O'Keefe.
Now the pressure, and O'Keefe came over and knocked it out of bounds. 7-6 now the score, Farmington. This ought to be a close one. I mean, the talent teams, the way the two teams play. Place, getting it to Sargent. Sargent will fake, put it up, put over the other side.
Kind of like an off-balance shot by Mike Sargent.
Now a long bomb, 3-pointer by Baker. Don't want to let him get loose. That's his first basket of the night, right?
Right.
3-point, that puts St. Thomas up, 9-7. Now Reynolds will come back and try to answer for the Tigers. Cannot do it. Quinn getting it out. Baker will stop beyond the arc. Bang! Oh, only 2 this time, though. Looked like he stopped beyond the arc, but his foot came down on it.
He went up on it, yes.
There we go, stealing Baker. Baker will stop, give to Quinn, and the ball got out of bounds off of St. Thomas.
Well, the fans thought that Baker traveled when he came to a stop. Referee Bob Hewitt did not call it, did not think it was a travel. But the next time the ball just went off the leg of St. Thomas, which was a close call also, he gave it to Farmington.
Now 11-7 St. Thomas. Farmington get out to a 7-2 lead. Here's Lee, left baseline. Gets blocked in there.
I think Josh Lee got his hand slapped and a foul was missed.
Quinn coming all the way down and hits the lane jumper.
Quinn's first points of the game. St. Thomas leads 13-7.
They're on a 11-0 run. Lee will stop and pop. It goes for 3.
Josh Lee. They needed that one.
They certainly did. Breaking 11-0 run right back. What do we have? Downs?
Downs, 4 points.
It's 15-10 St. Thomas. 2:06 left in the first quarter. Lee is free for 3 more on the attempt. Didn't go off the back of the iron. Here comes Baker. Baker going in, throws it up, and he drew the foul.
On Lee.
Well, I tell you, you get those guys in transition, Baker and Quinn and O'Keefe. Yeah, it's a tough team, as we said. Like you said at the top, Mo, whoever plays the best defense, and of course, if you don't take care of the basketball, it gives them those extra shots.
Well, Baker's going to shoot 2.
Baker has 5 points. 5 points in the game to this point.
Hits the first one, Peter.
That he does. Maybe writing figures down in his score area pretty frequently tonight. And he has 2, a 17-10 lead. So just like that, St. Thomas came back. But the Farmington get out at 7-2 with 17-10.
Earlier, St. Thomas was playing a 2-2-1 zone press. Full court zone press. They backed it off a little. They're picking up more in half court now.
And Mike Sargent drains 3 more. He has 8.
Yeah.
2 threes. We may see a lot of threes taken tonight. Jumper up, no. Mulvey, and they say it went out of bounds off of Farmington.
Mike Sargent and Mulvey came down with the ball. Sargent tried to rip it out and just had it thrown out of bounds underneath.
Left corner. O'Keefe will go up off the glass, doesn't go. Right there, Reynolds for the rebound.
Jody, perfect inside position. Boxed out. Nobody was going to get that rebound on that weak side but him.
Sargent for 3. That doesn't go. Lee, the rebound. He got in and boxed out well. Nobody was there to check him out.
In the case of that case here, Lee just came around, found himself wide open, and the St. Thomas guys were just staring at him. He just put it right back up.
17-15, and we got a foul called on the Tigers.
On Lover, no shot though. Sean Lover.
You got people literally standing, almost literally standing against the walls of the back on the stage there, Mo.
Well, they're still all out in the hallway, out in the front where they pay to get in. They paid, but they cannot sit. They may try at halftime, but I don't know where they're going to find a place.
Yeah. Baker, or rather, that was Quinn. That shot rolled off.
Rebounded by Jody Reynolds.
38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Let's say it looks like, yes, the Tigers are going to delay and hold for the last shot.
Possibly.
Unless they get something on the back door or what have you. Looks like 22
offense.
That's what they're running. Looks like
that's just to spread it out a little.
What do we got, a 2-3 zone by St. Thomas?
Probably a 2-1-2. They're coming up to man-to-man.
Right. 2 man out front of playing man. Yeah, you're right. It is man-to-man. Shot goes up for 3 for Josh Lee. They worked it well just before the buzzer. And Farmington Tigers on Josh Lee's 3-pointer come back from a 17-2 deficit to take an 18-17 lead at the end of 1 quarter of play over St. Thomas Aquinas here at a packed Farmington High School. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. Second quarter action underway here at Farmington High School. So the Tigers get out to a 7-2 lead. The Saints came back to take a 17-10 lead, and then they came back again. Josh Lee.
Oh, Josh has now hit his 3rd 3-pointer. Gives him 11 points for the game. Mike Sargent has 8. St. Thomas currently 7 points for Jamie Baker.
All alone that time. Nobody got back on O'Keefe, and he scored his 7th and 8th points of the game. 21-19 for Farmington. As Sargent with the up fake and getting the foul.
Fouls on number 21. Derek Downs. Second personal.
It's 21-19 Farmington on the Little Jimmy's Restaurant scoreboard. Little Jimmy's Restaurant located in downtown Farmington, of course, and owned and operated by Anita Rayrauer and Hazel Henderson. First foul shot by Sargent misses. Next one goes down, giving him 9 points for the evening so far.
That was the first time any Farmington player was at the foul line. Farmington is 1 for 2, and St. Thomas is 2 for 4.
Like that, off the pressure there, they threw a pass that could not be handled by Baker. Now trying to get it down low is tipped away, but Lee's over there to retrieve it. Lee has got the chance to take 3 more. 3-pointers for Josh Lee. Whoa, he saw the opening. There was no set play there. They just threw it over to him, and he had the opening on the wing.
I believe he's taken 5 3-point shots. He's hit 4 of them.
Boy, a 3-point battle here, 25-19. Maybe not a battle, but Farmington's hit 6 3-pointers in this game.
It might be a slippery spot in the corner where a lot of the fans have come in from the outside.
It could be. I mean, it obviously is icy and slippery outside.
Pat
Boy, I'll
Quinn
tell you.
slipped and he caught him for stepping on the end line. Maybe he get one of those janitors or the AD, Mr. Butch Lewis, who usually cleans up those corners when they get a little damp.
There we go. Sargent will try for the three. Wouldn't go. Quinn with a rebound, looked down court, decided to bring it up, gets it back to Baker.
Quinn didn't need an outlet pass on that rebound, Pete. He just brought it up himself.
Now Baker will go for three, and he nails it.
10 points for Jamie Baker.
Makes it 25-22 Farmington with 6:12 remaining in the first half. A steal. Baker coming down, and they'll say they fouled him. Oh no! Did he foul him in back of the arc?
Gonna be three foul shots.
No. They say he didn't foul him in back of the arc. So it's 2 shots.
Josh Lee picked up his second personal foul. The way he's been shooting three-pointers, Coach Lee cannot let Josh Lee get into foul trouble early because he may need him. He continues to shoot with a hot hand. Jamie Baker's shooting the foul shots. He's now 3 for 3, 11 points. 4 for 4, 12 points.
25-24 Farmington as we approach 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Lee to Sean Lover.
They're trying to get Mike Sargent open in the box.
Now down in and slapped away. Now slapped away by the Tigers as they converge. What a scramble for the ball. And we've got a jump ball. Held ball. In a case like that, it's too bad he didn't have an actual jump ball.
Well, you may have a 6'3" guy against a 5'10" guy, but you can't always have an advantage on a held ball. You never know.
Well, see, here again, that's a situation where both people are scrambling for the ball. In a case like that, it's too bad you couldn't amend it to have them equal opportunity.
You see what the official just did? He just scuffed the floor up a little because of the sweat off of the uniforms. But those corners might be a lot of moisture too from the people walking in, like I was saying earlier.
Right.
May cause another turnover here.
Now inside to Derek Downs.
6 points in the game for Derek Downs.
St. Thomas, which is trailing 25-19, goes up by 1. Josh Lee will come back. He misses from the 3 from the corner.
No weak side rebounding for Farmington that time.
No, O'Keefe is going up. It's going to roll in. Nice baseline drive off the pass from Quinn. And he has 8 points, Mike O'Keefe.
Right. Nice move to the basket.
Game of spurts so far. Farmington's had 2, St. Thomas has had 2. And Reynolds shot way off, way high up from the wing. Here comes Quinn. Sargent's on him. Now they'll let Quinn fire. Right there, 2 people. Nobody was really back. There were 2 players in the lane. In the position to rebound for Saints.
Farmington very weak on that rebound. 2 St. Thomas players were right inside, and they were just standing on the outside of Farmington players. Foul was on Mike Sargent, Peter. That's his first of the game.
Inbounds O'Keefe. Here's Baker. He's back out on the wing. Want to go down low to Downs. He gets his man up. He shoots, and he got a foul. They fouled on the way down. I think it was Place.
Jody Reynolds.
Jody Reynolds. Okay, Jody Reynolds picks up the foul.
Jody's first. Farmington needs to get Reynolds some more into the offense. He's only got 1 basket, 2 points. Sean Lover's doing what he's supposed to be out there. Sean dishing off, playing the point.
Shot is good, and we have our cameraman tonight, Jamie Poorman, who
he's mic'd and ready for
action here.
The third man in the booth.
Just waiting for the foul call.
St. Thomas now has hit 6 out of 8 from the foul line. Farmington is just 1 out of 2.
30-25 now, so St. Thomas is on a, does that sound right, an 11-0 run? I believe they are. That's 2 11-0 runs they've had in this game. Now it's going to add up to it. No, he misses that shot as O'Keefe had an open shot, a rebound there, blocked by Reynolds. Looked like it was going that time.
St. Thomas had a golden opportunity, missed 2 layups, and then Reynolds made a key block.
Well, Sargent got the ball stripped. Now Baker goes over. Say he didn't step on the line. They're looking for traveling.
The fans on the front row knew he stepped on the line. The official didn't see it. He was out of position a little.
O'Keefe coming back. Rebound, Farmington, Sargent.
Well, they're doing much better on the board since that little breakdown about a minute or 2 ago.
They need a dunk.
That was a key block by Jody Reynolds.
Jamie's got the dunk on his mind.
If they dunk it right now, this place will light up so loud.
There's no doubt about that. Well, as I said, St. Thomas on another spurt.
They're looking to get to Mike Sargent low in the box.
That's what they're looking for. They can't get inside.
There's nobody that can contend with him if he can get the ball.
Now going over there, nobody moved. Nobody was on that side except O'Keefe. Everybody was on the other side.
Reynolds' entry pass into Mike Sargent was not even close.
Pat Quinn drills 3.
Quinn's first 3-pointer, 5 points in the game.
Well, more importantly, a 33-25 lead for the Saints right now. They're largest of the game. They had a 17-10 lead, lost it, fell behind 25-19, and then run it off, and Farmington hasn't scored for quite a while.
Right. They need a bucket. It doesn't have to be a 3-pointer. They need a bucket of some sort, foul shots or something to get some points going.
They need a basket by Jody Reynolds, which they just got.
Right, I was just saying that we need Reynolds. Mike Lee needs Reynolds more offensively minded here. He has 4 points.
Bad pass there that, well, Downs couldn't handle it, and it was right into the hands of the Tigers. 1:50 to play in the first half, 33-27 for St. Thomas. Underneath, Lee's alone. Well, the defender came across trying to cut the pass off, and
that was a good look inside to Josh. He's not your tallest player out there, but he knows how to play when he's inside. That layup is important.
There goes Baker. The follow is good by Downs, and he's fouled. Got to box that man out, Mo.
Fouls on Reynolds.
Jim Gagne, number 31, will check into the ball game with 1:29 remaining in the second quarter.
Well, Jody Reynolds is now 2 fouls, along with Josh Lee with 2 fouls.
Josh Lee is going to go to the bench for a rest as Downs completes the 3-point play.
Gives him 11 points in the game. Derek Downs brings the lead to 36-29 St. Thomas.
A 19-point quarter so far for St. Thomas. It was 18-17 Farmington at the end of 1. Now Sargent for 3. That was a badly needed basket right there by the Tigers.
Right, that's Mike Sargent's 3rd 3-pointer.
Baker slips. Tigers 2-on-1. Over to Reynolds from place.
Right at the end of the second quarter, Farmington's putting on an offensive spurt. Trails by only 2, 36-34. St. Thomas calls timeout with 59 seconds left in the first half and a 2-point lead.
36-34 for St. Thomas on the Little Jimmy's Restaurant scoreboard. Once again, we remind you, Little Jimmy's Restaurant's located in downtown Farmington, owned and operated by Hazel Henderson. That's owned and operated by Anita Rayrauer and Hazel Henderson. Well, 36-34, as we said, a game of spurts, and the Tigers down by 8. A few moments to go, and they've been able to come back with a big bucket to keep it a close one. It's the type of game we expected.
Well, this is the type of game that every basketball fan in the house and anywhere who may watch it later on the cable would prefer to see. 3-pointers, defense, block shots. good passing underneath, and a close game all the way.
How many 3 points between both teams so far?
Well, we have many. Sargent has made 3. Lee has made 4. Farmington. Jamie Baker's made 2. Pat Quinn has made 1.
10 3-pointers.
All
Is
in
that
the first half.
Right, all in the first half. Sometimes you don't see that many for a stretch of games.
And there hasn't been that many missed 3-pointers either.
A little bit of mop-up action down by the custodian here tonight, because this is the type of game that really has the hard work by the Butch Lewis, the athletic director, who we really appreciate his cooperation here. And he's gone through this in many big games.
Referee Bob Heber was talking to him possibly about the moisture on the sidelines with all the fans around.
Coming down with a too-high pass off the glass down to Reynolds. Reynolds going up. Yes, and he's fouled.
Foul is on number 14, Pat Quinn.
Jody Reynolds draws the foul from Quinn. It's tied at 36 with 48 seconds remaining in the half.
Just about 2 minutes ago here in the second quarter, I was saying that Jody Reynolds had just 4 points in the game. Now he's doubled it. He's up to 8. Going to the line for number 9.
Reynolds playing his second strong game off the glass. He had a strong game the other night against Pittsfield last night. Misses the foul shot, so it stays tied.
Farmington is 1 for 3 at the foul line.
This is the type of game I'm sure everybody here expected. Now Baker puts it off to O'Keefe. Traveling on O'Keefe. 30 seconds to play in the half.
Nice call, Mel.
Farmington basketball.
Farmington brings in a sub, number 33, Scott Cameron, replacing Reynolds. Coach Mike Lee shouting out what he wants for the last 25 seconds of the half.
Now we're down to 20. Try to run a play. We've got Sargent and Lover now who had the ball. Now Jim Gagne. Gagne going to Cameron with 6 seconds to go. Lover will stop, try to squeeze a shot up, can't do it. Battle for the ball, and that's going to be the end of the first half.
Well, Pete, we just played 16 minutes, and we're right back to where we started.
Right.
We started 0-0, and we're at 36-36.
And that we are, and it's been an exciting first half here. 36-36, as you said, Mo. Farmington to St. Thomas at the end of the first half. Back with the second half after this. Second half underway here at Pack Farmington High School. 36-36, undefeated Farmington and St. Thomas. Inside, Place gets the shot blocked, goes back up with it after he gets the recovery, but it's taken away by O'Keefe. Well, scorers in that first half, Mo, how did we have them?
Well, I have St. Thomas high scorer with 12 points with Jamie Baker, 2 3-pointers. Then came with 11 points, Derek Downs, and then Mike O'Keefe with 8. Pat Quinn has made a 3-pointer in a regular basket for only 5 points so far. And Quinn is probably their second high scorer.
Well, he averages 15 a game. And Mike Sargent for Farmington had 11, and Josh Lee had 16, I believe, didn't he? Including 4 3-pointers.
That's right.
Shot is going up, doesn't go. Right there was Josh Lee for the rebound. Everybody's settling down now after the halftime.
Well, the other interesting thing, and for Farmington, only 3 players scored, a total of 36 points.
That's right.
3 players, and he played probably 8 players in the game.
Reynolds had 8. He was the third player.
14 for St. Thomas, that is Pat Quinn, and that's Pat's second personal foul.
One thing we should mention is that Danny Parr, the head coach of the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, mentioned that his club is not deep. And I think that is evidenced by the fact he only played 5 in the first half.
Right, he played 5, and everybody scored but Pat Mulvey. He had 2 foul shots, which he missed both.
1 for 2 by TJ Place. Ball deflected away. It's 37-36 Farmington.
And as we said, Farmington only had 3 players scoring because TJ Place just scored his first point on that foul shot.
If we're going to see anybody off the bench, it will be 32 Jim Cullen, Matt Wigmore, also who's a senior, and Elliot Schaff might come off, but they haven't yet. So now rebound. Reynolds will stop and pop off the break. Yes.
Mr. Jody Reynolds, 10 points, and if he's picking up where he left off in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter.
And on the pressure, Baker's shot hits the curtain that divides this gym for probably phys ed classes.
Time, St. Thomas.
Timeout, St. Thomas on the little Jimmy's Restaurant scoreboard. 39-36 for Farmington. Back with more after this. Action resumes here at Farmington High School. That timeout, they still have to been doing some cleaning of the floor, Mo.
Right, they're trying to get that moisture off the out of bounds on the sidelines and the baseline.
Lee with a 3 place, rebounds, Lee's missed shot and puts it in.
Boy, Mike Lee must feel really good to see another member of the team get some points. 3 points quickly for TJ Place.
And traveling as they were trapping Quinn, doubling him over here and on the pressure.
Quinn is complaining to the official. Normally officials won't let anybody complain unless he's a speaking captain. I don't know if he was designated the speaking captain at the beginning of the game or not, but you got to watch it. You could pick up a T.
Swinging left side, Sargent for 3, and he was fouled.
All right, by Pat Quinn, and we're going to shoot 3 foul shots.
Pat Quinn draws his 3rd foul, which may be as important.
That's correct. Mike Sargent's going to go to the line 3 attempts.
Well, Quinn's coming out and coming into the game. We said we wanted to see the bench. Here comes Jim Cullen, number 32, a 6-foot senior into the game. One of the other players from Rye. The shot rolling around by Sargent is good. St. Thomas, of course, draws players from all over the area, so people watching this game in the Farmington area are bound to have some St. Thomas players on that squad.
Mike Sargent ended the first half with 12. He made 1, missed 1. Now he's going to be going for his 14th.
So 2 out of 3.
Right. And he gives them 3 out of 5 at the foul line for the game.
And a 43-36 lead. Here again, the spurt situation. This is the 3rd spurt that Farmington has had in the game. St. Thomas answered the first 2, where they really doubled up over on that far side on the trap. Now they got it over and swung it, and O'Keefe scores off the glass.
Mike O'Keefe, 10 points, double figures.
Sargent going over to Lee. Lee decided not to go in. Now Sargent, turn around from the left side. Mike Sargent has 15 points tonight. He had 26 last night against Pittsfield.
Farmington in a 1-2-2 press, which St. Thomas had no trouble this time with it.
Now out to O'Keefe on the drive, fouled by Reynolds.
Jody Reynolds, 3rd personal foul. Of course, in high school, 5 fouls, and you are out.
Officials tonight again, Bob Hebert of Somersworth, I believe. Does he live in Somersworth?
He grew up in Somersworth. He may be living in Dover now, I believe.
Okay, and Barry Drew of Elliott, Maine.
Bob Hebert was an outstanding football, basketball, baseball player for Somersworth.
Looks like we're getting a lot. Well, Baker scores between it, but does it seem to be a little bit more defensive?
It seems to be a different tempo, both teams in the first half. Farmington, however, has opened up a 5-point lead at 45-40. 4 minutes ago, 3rd quarter.
Up Reynolds hits it off to Lee. He'll go for 3. That's off. Lee has 4 3-pointers in this ball game. As Baker. Now he's going to be aware. And a block by Sargent off of Cullen.
Outstanding block.
Here comes Reynolds twisting his way up, and he gets racked by Downs. Lee back again. Reynolds to place the stop in the pop. That's off the rim, and O'Keefe rebounds. We talk about a lot of action in a matter of about 8 seconds. Now coming down, and Cullen almost dragged his foot. Now Baker scores on a runner. Whoa! He can do a lot of great things out there.
Jamie Baker, 16 points in the game.
Looks like they're going to let him play.
And indeed it does.
Farmington leads only by 3.
A lot of action in the paint. Last 2 times down. Sargent up, doesn't go.
Referee Bob Hebert indicates Farmington. Wiles scramble for the rebound, and Farmington gets it back just under 3 minutes ago. Third quarter.
It's been a quick third quarter, Mo. I hardly noticed it going that fast.
Not many fouls and a lot of continuous play.
2 fouls on St. Thomas, 1 on Farmington. Lover on the drive gets stuffed and fouled by Mulvey.
Well, Mulvey picks up his second personal foul. Mulvey has failed to score in the game. Sean Lover has not scored, but he'll get a chance at the foul line with 2 shots. Mulvey thought he got all orange that time, all the ball, but apparently the official said, no, you must have got part of the arm and the elbow. Mulvey towers over Sean Lover, but Sean had a nice move underneath.
Well, the shot was up and good. First points of the game for Sean Lover. Shot spins in and out. Place. Rebound.
Jump
Stuff.
ball.
Oh, okay. They called it a jump ball.
Which is an alternate possession call, and it will go over to St. Thomas.
Now, see, in that case,
what happens there, Pete, is the ball, at any time, doesn't have to be a shot, it could be anything. Both the defender and the offensive man had their hands on the ball with no movement, no foul or anything.
Well, in that case, the alternate possession rule worked in favor of the player who made the good defensive play.
Yes, it did. St. Thomas player made a good play.
And Downs makes another good play for an offensive rebound.
Downs has 13 points. That was his first points of the second half.
Of course, if the arrow in that last one, not talking about auto possession, could have gone the way it had been Farmington, because of course they would have gotten it, but it wasn't. As Sargent puts home 2 for the Tigers.
Pete, I can't believe he got 1 dribble in. Can you imagine that? Sean drew everybody to the basket, dished off underneath to Mike Sargent. He took a dribble and still got the layup. He was double teamed.
St. Thomas beats the Farmington pressure that time, passing the ball around. There goes Quinn. He'll go in for 2 in the lane. Boy, you get him inside there. Quinn has only scored 7 points.
Right. He's made 2 baskets and 1 3-pointer.
It's 48-46 for Farmington. 1:36 remaining third quarter. Lee puts them ahead by 4.
Sean Lee. Josh Lee, I'm sorry.
Josh Lee.
18 points.
Don't change his name. No. 18 for Josh, 16 in the first half. 1:17 remaining third quarter with Pat Quinn with a basketball for St. Thomas. Now we've got Mulvey. Pat Quinn alone. He's dangerous and he gets 3.
Oh,
He should have gotten it on that. A nice shot by Quinn. And
Quinn's going to light him up. Dan Parr is looking for him to get in the game.
well, as we said, Dan Parr said that Quinn hadn't played as well as he can, and obviously with 11 games left, counting this one, there's going to be a time when he will. 50-49 for Farmington as Reynolds comes out.
Jim Gagne comes in.
Number 31, Jim. Pressure by the Tigers. Now we got Baker, we got Quinn. Quinn faking, gets it over O'Keefe. Now back to him. They couldn't get to him, and he drilled 3, and he puts the Saints ahead.
He's been lying in the weeds up to now, but Pat Quinn, 8 points. He only had 5 coming into this quarter, total of 13.
2 3-pointers in a bucket. So here again,
St. Thomas Thomas leads, and Farmington is going to play for the last shot.
Another little spurt, so to speak, by St. Thomas. Now here's Lover's going to go up, and that's going to go off the back of the rim, and O'Keefe gets it and just throws it to the floor. And that's going to do it. At the end of 3 quarters, St. Thomas comes back to take a 52-50 lead over the Farmington High Tigers. Back with the 4th quarter after this. Ready for the 4th quarter. And Mo, who's been doing the scoring for both clubs?
St. Thomas, we got Baker. Jamie Baker, 16. Michael Keefe, 10. Pat Quinn, 13. Derek Downs with 13. For Farmington, we have 18 by Mike Sargent, 18 by Josh Lee, 10 by Jody Reynolds. Those are your high scorers.
There's going to be a foul called on Farmington. TJ Place picks up the foul, and that's his second. 52-50 as we start the quarter.
Pete, in that 3rd quarter, each team only committed 2 fouls. That's why it went so fast. It was never at the foul line, except for a couple 2-shot fouls.
That's right. No common fouls are on that. Connor O'Keefe. Quinn dishes back off to O'Keefe. And as Baker going up, it rolls around. Doesn't go too many. It goes out of bounds as Quinn goes diving for it.
Farmington's coming back in with Jody Reynolds, taking number 31, Jim Garnier, out. Farmington trails with 7:17, 4th quarter, 52-50.
I'm Pete Barker along with Mo Snyder and Jamie Poorman here at Farmington High School. Everything a fan would want. Probably the 5, we estimated, Mo, right? I think you did the vicinity 550, 600 fans in this gym, and not all of them are seated. Some people are still out in the doorways, but not that many. Now the Tigers looking to get someone loose and having a little bit of a problem. So now it's developed into a half-court game, Mo, not a running game.
Well, Farmington's trying to get back into the game scoring-wise, making St. Thomas work for it.
And Mike Lee says to Sean Lover, call timeout. And we'll be right back after this.
They have to wait.
Play back in. 6:30 to go in the 4th quarter. 52-50 St. Thomas. Neither team has scored in this quarter. After that timeout, now they're passing around. TJ Place up, no. Couldn't get it to fall.
TJ needed to hit that one. They set the play up. Sargent threw a double team. He dished off to TJ. He just didn't get it in there.
Now coming down, that's Downs who dish it back out to Mulvey. There's O'Keefe and Baker in the corner. Coming inside, Downs, he'll go to the hole, in and out. And Sargent fell down, and Place, nice recovery by TJ Place on that loose ball going out of bounds.
TJ heads up all the way, saw Sargent open and hit him with a pass as he was falling to the ground.
Now swinging the ball, Sargent will take it from 3-point land. That doesn't go. Now sort of a no-look pass by Quinn on the drive. Offensive foul on O'Keefe.
Boy, that's a tough call, Pete. I can't disagree with him, but that's a tough call. That official made a tough call.
Well, the last 5:25, there may be a lot of tough calls as we've got time on the official side as they mop up some of the wet spots.
Michael Keefe's first foul.
We slowed down here because of the wet area in the paint, as you can see.
We may have said that the fans called that one, but obviously the official makes the call. It's a tough call.
No,
that usually what determines whether an official is sharp or not. The charge block situation is a tough call.
Well, I think it's a very tough call.
I mean, it's such a fine line sometimes.
Sean Lover will go all the way through and it'll be fouled. Well, I would say the foul is going to be on what? I think Downs.
13,
on who?
Mike O'Keefe.
Oh, Mike O'Keefe. Okay. I think it's a big burden
What's happening
to put on a charge or a block, a type of thing, when you got to decide it in half a second. That's almost impossible to decide.
Right. What's happening now, though, is O'Keefe gave a little lip service back to the official after that foul. You know, there's going to be showing a lot of frustration on the part of St. Thomas, and maybe they don't think the calls are going their way. But you certainly don't want to be caught with a technical when you got a one-point game.
And now it's a tie game at 52 all. 5:13 remaining in regulation time. And here's Quinn. At this point, neither team is running. So we'll see what happens out of the half-court sets. Looking for the best shot. Quinn's going to squeeze in between a couple of defenders. Boy, he looked, and that might have thrown the defense off, and went in and squeezed it in. That shows some good talent.
Zach Quinn knew what he was doing once he got into the paint. Obviously, he knows he's got to go up. He can't stop. He could call for 3 seconds in there. He squeezed right in there, as you said, and made that basket.
Sargent from the baseline.
That gives Mike Sargent 20 points for the ball game.
And we're dead even at 54. Coming down on a little bit of a break. The shot goes. And we're dead even at 54. Coming down on a little bit of a break. The shot goes up, it doesn't go, but O'Keefe will go to the foul line, as they had about a 3-on-2 break there, back at the pressure.
Fouls on Mike Sargent. That's only his second. They got him listed for 2. The scoreboard came on and said 3, and I'm never wrong, Pete. They changed it to 2 because they knew I only had 2.
I'm sure Jamie will agree you're never wrong, Mo.
I am never wrong. Jamie?
He's not.
He's not.
Except for when I make the call before he does.
Mike O'Keefe at the line, Peter. Makes them both.
Mike O'Keefe with 2 free throws.
12 points for the ball game. 4 points in the second half, 8 in the first half.
And a 56-54 lead for the visiting St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, the 2 undefeateds, before a packed house here at Farmington High School on Spirit Night, and there's been plenty of that here.
Farmington is trying to get the ball inside to Mike Sargent. Most of his points tonight have been outside or jumpers. They're trying to get him inside where he can work with his height advantage.
All right, Farmington now looking to do something. Mike Lee calling out instructions, and called a foul pushing off in the lane on St. Thomas, I believe.
12, number 12.
Baker.
And again, Baker has a few words to say to the officials. I've noticed tonight that the Farmington players haven't been saying anything. I don't know if they think they get better deals if they tell the officials what they think about every call.
What would you do if you kept hearing it like that as an official?
You're not supposed to take it from the start, really.
Josh Lee doesn't go. Rebound, Scott Cameron. Lover, yes. Sean Lover ties it up at 56 all. There's 3:45 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, Sean Lover's got the high scoring, 4 points in this quarter for Farmington.
It's been a game. 2 undefeated teams. A runner by Mulvey didn't go. And going to call a jump ball.
It's going to be Farmington's ball.
Well, in this case, Farmington gets the position arrow on a great defensive play by Quinn.
Jamie Foreman, Mo is wrong.
Now, wait a minute.
St. Thomas had the arrow.
Okay. I don't remember another held ball before that, but...
Farmington had the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And there hasn't been one yet. We don't have the arrow in our view.
So here again, another fine defensive play. Gave
And
the
they're
ball to St.
rewarded
Thomas.
with the ball.
3:05 remaining. Coming through, and Sargent will get this ball as Quinn came through. Looked like it got deflected in there, Mo.
Mike Sargent grabbed it and was looking for the outlet. Had to almost hand it to Sean Lever.
Well, you know, there's 2:48 left in this quarter. And when it came into the quarter, St. Thomas led 52-50. So nobody scored. It's been very low scoring.
Here. Scott Cameron was blocking. They're trying to set up a low position down there, and Cameron was blocking out.
Now, is it possible that both teams are tired after playing last night?
I wouldn't think they're tired. I would think that they're into this game so much that they may try to do something that their body isn't capable of doing, but tiredness, they'll never admit it.
Quinn being guided by Reynolds. Getting it back out to Mulvey. There we have Jamie Baker, number 12. Lee's over on him. Now they're moving over on the trap. They get it to Baker. He tries to one-hand it, can't do it. Reynolds, outlet to Lee. Lee will be careful and then hold it up over the left wing. Cameron swung out to Sargent on the floor, the drive, and he's fouled.
A block by 21, Derek Downs.
Well, that'll be two shots.
St. Thomas calls timeout.
2:03 remaining, 56-all. We'll be back after this. Mike Sargent takes the ball from official Barry Drew and misses the first of 2 free throws.
And Mike going to the line. Mike was 3 for 5. Now 3 for 6.
Now misses the second one. Way back on the rim. So it still remains 56-56 with 1:55 remaining in the game. Coming down to the very end here. They're going to call a pushing foul on Farmington.
Reynolds.
They've got 1 to spare, or 1 to give, I guess, if you want to call it that.
1 more.
5 team fouls on the Tigers.
I guess the foul is on Mike Sargent, his 3rd. Scott Cameron has come in and played most this quarter, replacing TJ Place.
Yes, he has.
I don't know if it's for the height advantage or maybe the TJ was getting tired.
Well, TJ played a lot. Because he does start. You just have a feeling maybe that happened, but of course there's a lot of emotion in this game too. 1:12 left in the game. 56-56 is St. Thomas. What do you think, Jamie? St. Thomas?
They're going to be holding for the left?
Well, unless they get a good backdoor shot maybe, or somebody swinging around. Now Quinn took a look, and that was uncertain on his look, and he traveled.
Well, that was a travel, no doubt about it. But what caused it? Was it the slippery floor? We don't know.
And Quinn winds up fouling Lover on the pressure inbound. So Lover will go to the foul line for a 1-and-1.
Now, Pat Quinn now has 4 personal fouls. The scoreboard indicates 4. Of course, originally they put 3 up and they heard me. But this
we did blow it on the alternate possession, though, so 1 out of 20 isn't bad.
What happened here is just about a minute ago, Quinn had to foul Farmington, in this case with Sean Lover, quickly so they could have some time left. They can't let Farmington run down the clock and play for the last shot.
Well, Sean Lover sinks the first of a very important 1-and-1. Just remember, we've got 3-point shooters all over the place in this game. And he makes 2.
Well, Sean Lover is 5 for 6 from the foul line, 4 for 4 in the 4th quarter, with a total of 6 points.
We'll see if Dan Parr calls for a timeout if they get it over with a few seconds to go. No, he's not. He's got Baker going in addition to Quinn for 3. Yes! 41 seconds to go. You can't let him loose.
Pat Quinn with a big 3-pointer, but St. Thomas up by 1, 35 seconds left.
Well, that That was the plan, and Quinn at times has gotten loose like that. We'll be back right after this. Well, we've got 35 seconds left in ball possession for Farmington. Underneath Sargent, he lays it up and in off the out-of-bounds play. They didn't waste any time.
Well, that's as close as you could come to what they call an alley-oop. It wasn't a jam, but it was a wide-open shot.
And what do we have? We have a timeout.
We got an injury.
Big time. Big time.
Whoa, who was it?
So you got
Jody Reynolds
got hit in the face. Neither official seen the play. Fans on the other side have seen it. They were yelling to the officials. We couldn't see it from where we were.
Oh, right you are.
But Reynolds has got hit either in the nose or the eye.
23 seconds showing on the clock. The Tigers up 60-59 over the Saints. So, as we really thought, this one's coming down to the wire, as it so has so many times here at Farmington High School.
Coach Lee has got to take if he takes a timeout, all right, he does. Farmington does take a timeout.
And
right in the eye.
well, action resuming here. Last seconds. Quinn. They're going to have to watch Quinn and Baker, but you're going to watch O'Keefe too, and they're going to call a foul on
TJ Place,
who just checked back into the ball game for Reynolds, who evidently was hit, and
no foul shot here, Peter.
no foul. So you're right, that was the sixth foul.
So it was a good foul by TJ. Looked like he was getting beat to the baseline.
16 seconds remaining. And we've got Baker. He's going to go for the shot. It's no good. Rebound, Mulvey, and he traveled. Mulvey went up, decided to put it on the floor, and he was called for traveling.
Not only did he travel, he was on top of the Farmington player's back for the rebound. Farmington wants timeout.
Timeout for Farmington, and we'll keep it here with 9 seconds remaining.
That one play just ignited this whole building.
Whoa, I mean, you haven't heard it as loud throughout this whole night with 9 seconds left, 60-59 Farmington.
Pat Mulvey was on top of the player's back on the rebound. No call. The referees didn't see it. He got the rebound. He jumped up in the air. He came back down, and he dribbled, could be a traveling. They called a double dribble, either or.
Okay, I thought it was traveling, but you knew there was a violation as soon as he did that.
Right. All he had to do was jump in the air, let go of the ball, and just hope that one of his players on his team picks it up.
60-59 on the Little Jimmy's Restaurant scoreboard. The Little Jimmy's Restaurant, which is located in downtown Farmington, owned and operated by Anita Rayrauer and Hazel Henderson, with 9 seconds left in the game.
What's going to happen here? Farmington's going to have a tough time getting it in. St. Thomas is going to deny. If they get it in, then they're going to foul immediately.
If not sooner, as I always say. You're right, you just go for the ball. You don't waste 5 or 6 seconds. You do it within the first 1 or 2 seconds.
What Farmington may try to do here, may go tight and then send someone deep.
Well, that's another option they could take. Now let's see what they do. The fake. Sargent trying to get it in, and it's stolen. Loose ball. They're going to have to get it back out. They've got Baker from the side. No good. Tipped up. No. And the ball game's over.
That's the game.
They tipped it up. Who was that? Mulvey or Downs tried to tip it up. The ball game is over, and the Farmington Tigers remain undefeated at 9-0 with a thrilling 60-59 win over the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, and this place is bedlam.
Peter, a three-point attempt just missed. Nobody boxed out. An easy layup attempt just on the tip of his fingers, rolled off the rim and ended the ball game.
Baker took the three-pointer. Was that Mulvey that tried to tip it or Downs? It was on the weak side. It doesn't matter. It rolled off, and Sargent collared the rebound, and the buzzer had gone off. So the Farmington Tigers and the St. Thomas Saints in a classic here. They played many of them here. Win it 60-59, and it's sort of like everybody's hanging around and everything, but certainly what we expected. And the winning basket in this game came off of that out-of-bounds play. Cameron took it out at midcourt.
Pass it to Mike Sargent down. He scored, what, 32 seconds left, I think, on the clock when he got it in there.
Mike Sargent finished with 22 points.
Well, we want to talk about this game, and we'll wrap it up from here, but a good wrap, I guess. Everything you expected, more and more, right?
Exactly, Peter.
18-17, Farmington after one. We were all tied 36 after the first half of play. St. Thomas, thanks to a couple of three-pointers and a basket late by Pat Quinn in the third quarter, went up 52-50 after the third quarter of play, and then the game developed into a half-court game at the end as neither team scored much in that last quarter. The big basket by Mike Sargent, 60-59, but boy did they go. Nobody boxing out on that weak side. They went right down to the wire.
Pete, very interesting fourth quarter. Farmington, only 2 players scored. Sean Lover, 6 points, and Mike Sargent, 4.
Well, Mike Sargent wound up with how many in this game?
22.
Okay.
And for St. Thomas, only 2 players scored. This is unofficial, but I think I'm pretty close. Only 2 players scored in the fourth quarter for St. Thomas, and that was O'Keefe and Pat Quinn. O'Keefe had 2 from the foul line. Quinn had a 3-pointer and a regular basket for 5 points.
Well, he wound up with 18 points.
Pat Quinn had 18. Jamie Baker, 16. Jamie Baker, with about 3 seconds left, took that 3-point attempt. I thought from where I was, he was out all alone, he was going to hit it. He was hitting them early, but you remember what I told you early in the game? The foul shots that you miss early, you can't get them back late. That hurt St. Thomas, obviously, but
St. Thomas, looking at the thing here, though, in all honesty, Farmington missed more foul shots than St. Thomas did.
That's correct, Peter.
Matter of fact.
But anytime you go to the foul line, you should make them. Especially at this level. Both teams are undefeated. Both teams can go to the foul line, and these are key players on both teams that do miss the foul shots.
Oh, Jamie Baker also did not score, and he didn't really get the ball much in that fourth quarter.
And that had to be attributed to defensive changes by Mike Lee at halftime and the overall flow of their defense against what St. Thomas was trying to accomplish.
Now, Baker had 12 of his 16 points in the first half and only 4 in the third quarter. So, any way you look at it, a down-to-the-wire game, and you saw it. We broadcasted, and what can you really say? Jamie, what were your thoughts on it?
Awesome.
A man of many words.
A man of many words, Jamie Foreman.
Jamie just concerned that we won't get a ladder and get down from our perch.
I think you're right. We don't have one up here, but we understand this place was packed, and right now, of course, you have to realize there had to be close to 600 fans in here, and on Spirit Night. Now let's look at the Tigers. This Saturday was the second of a 4 out of 5 game schedule. And when you see this broadcast on New England Cablevision Channel 12, they will have played Epping in a makeup game. They will be playing at Newmarket, and they've got to go this Saturday up to Plymouth. Well, they do, beyond Plymouth to Littleton, to meet the Littleton Crusaders, a tough club. And we're going to see this St. Thomas club again on the 8th of February down there. It's going to be another battle down there, and this certainly was the toughest game of the season for the Tigers.
Well, I would say the next game that they play at St. Thomas, if they're not going to be sky high for that game, they'll never be sky high for another team on their schedule. It may not be the same finish with Farmington winning by 1. It probably and most likely will be the same intensity, the same type of back and forth runs, defensive. A lot of blocks tonight, Pete. Both teams, a lot of blocks. Not very many turnovers, except late in the game there was a key turnover by Pat Mulvey, where he traveled after getting the ball inside. After the whistle was blown by the official and he called the violation, he just put his hands over his head as if to say, I know I did it, why did I do it? He might have just been caught up in the emotion and the screaming and the intensity that he just forgot to do what he was supposed to do by either shoot or let go of the ball.
Of course, right after that, you've got to realize, Mo, what had happened is Butch Lewis will put the ladder here to rescue us, is that St. Thomas stole the ball in the inbounds pass, and then that set up the last-second frantic shots that missed. So it all came down to a Farmington win, 60-59. The Tigers remain unblemished at 9-0, while St. Thomas is 7-1. As we said, these two teams sure to go far in tournament competition the way it looks in their respective classes, and will meet again on February 8th.
One other thing, late in the game there, when there was 9 seconds left and Farmington had the ball under St. Thomas basket, I was saying St. Thomas is going to put on a great deny all over the place, including on the ball, and foul if they get it in. Mike Sargent was down to like 4 seconds. He couldn't call timeout at that time. You can't call it. He had to get rid of the ball, just threw a floater in. No more 5-second violation once you let go of the ball. But the St. Thomas guys, Pat Quinn had stolen the ball, dribbled to the middle, found Jamie Baker on this side for a 3-point attempt, where he probably didn't know how much time was left. He might have been able to drive in for a layup. It was even open for him. The shot was missed, and of course the follow-up was missed, and the final was 60-59 Farmington Tigers.
Indeed it was. The Tigers go to 9-0, as we said, and the next game you're going to see on the New England Cablevision Channel 12, the Newt High Rams will be entertaining Laconia Christian on the 28th, and we'll have that on New England Cablevision for you. Don McDonald will join me for that, and Mo will join me sometime later. I'm not quite sure when, Mo, but certainly a thriller. Is the next televised game for the Farmington boys team here will be the Pittsfield Panthers come in on February 4th, and then we'll go to St. Thomas on February 8th. So once again, glad to have this trioca here of Jamie Pullman, cameraman, technician, Dan Dierdorf, whatever. And
not Dan. No.
Not Dan. How about Frank? Okay. And
not even Frank. Come on.
And Mo Schneider. It's been a great one. I mean, you know, this is a classic game. There's no doubt about it, and we really can't say too much more about it. You saw it, and one we'll remember for quite a while, I'm sure. So Farmington wins it in the Battle of the Unbeaten, 60-59 over St. Thomas Aquinas to stay unbeaten at 9-0. For Jamie Pullman and my partner Mo Schneider, I'm Pete Barker. Good night. Now let's see what they do.